Hi and welcome to this week's update. Just want to say thank you to everybody for the response I got to the last video for the Lara Croft LED light. I think it was the biggest response I've had, and I can't believe how many of you actually play games. I thought I was a little bit different in the fact of being older, female, and a big gamer, but I think there's a lot of big gamers out there. They do say that the highest amount of gamers are actually between, is it 24 and 40 something? I go over a little bit from that, but yeah, thank you very much for all the support, and I've got a big list here today of stuff I just want to go through. Yeah, a few people had actually commented about that they were quite surprised that project came up because of the amount of resin work I suppose I do. And I have gone quite a lot into resin work, but a lot of it just tends to be the stuff for Etsy, and so I do probably end up getting stuck into that, and I do try and vary what I put up for you, but I do realise that sometimes I do get stuck into the resin stuff, and I really enjoy doing projects like that because they're so effective for, you know, there's not much in that. I mean, it's all about colouring and bandsaw work, which I love using the bandsaw, and I forget that I do those projects sometimes, and signs and different things. I have got a few different, not particularly like that, but a few different things like that are coming up, that's on the list of 10 million things to do. So yeah, you will see that. And actually next week's project is also not what I would maybe normally do, because it's the Maker's Rock album art collab is happening. It will be going up, the project video, a bit earlier this week. It's going to go up on Tuesday because that's the release date that everybody's releasing their videos on. So there won't be a project on Wednesday. I might try and get something out for the weekend, but I'm not sure if I'll get time. Cats missed me while I was at work. So yeah, so the project will be a little bit earlier this week. Oh yeah, ring boxes. I needed to do some photographs for some rings, and I've got the intrinsic colours, which, you know, you're supposed to use with wood turning, but I don't use them that often, although I bought them. But anyway, I used them, and I actually made up, it was just a selection of different ring boxes, and I wanted them actually for, it was for some photographs that I was doing for this week's one. I did a whole series of photographs, and I used the different coloured boxes just to photograph them on. I mean, if you're on my Instagram, you would have maybe have seen those, and I haven't actually put any of these things up onto my Facebook page, not the business one anyway yet. And I also I just did one of the skateboard ones as well while I was at it, because I'd coated one of the rings there, and I thought it would be handy for that one when it eventually does go off. I'll show that. I don't know if I showed it last week, did I? I used the Illuma UV and put the first coat on, but I'll be showing the Illuma UV a bit more. I've been doing just a bit of testing on stuff, just to try to see what works before I wanted to show you, because with the skateboard rings, or rings like it, like the copper one, which I'm still waiting to do, they have to actually be dipped to coat the inside to get a finish on those. So that's the next stage that I have to do now, is actually to dip it. But obviously when you dip it, you've got to have something attached to it in order to get it into the UV light. So there's a bit of fiddling, just getting that right and making sure that I can finish it perfectly with a resin coat on it. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to with the ring boxes and stuff like that. So, and getting a few photographs done. Oh yeah. Well, I was having a laugh at myself because all the comments that I was getting about the gaming, and there's so many people that if you like Tomb Raider, it's funny because you get Skyrim, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, all these games come in with that, in that area, and it's funny because so many people are all playing all of these types of games, and I found that quite amusing altogether. And I have not too large, I think it's 50 inches TV in the living room, but the only reason I actually bought that big TV is because, and I don't know if any of you Esties have this problem, well, because I talk about my eyes quite a bit, how I struggle to see, and I don't need them for distance watching a telly or anything, but when I used to play Lara Croft or whatever you'd be playing, the writing would come up on the screen and I couldn't read it. I'd have to get right close to the TV to read it because it was just that tiny. So I ended up buying this big TV, and it was only so that I could read all the writing on the games. I wonder if there's anybody else out there that's done stuff like that. And yeah, Tracy was saying the week before I put this project out, Tracy had put a comment on, I'm covered in cat hair, put a comment onto I think it was the previous project about using LED lights, and I was having a little chuckle to myself because this was already in the making, and these LED lights I've actually had for a couple of years, because this lamp here was the very first lamp I made, and I made it as a desk lamp. And I obviously put the LED lights in, and the idea was I would have a desk and that would just be a feature on it, because it can go this way or that way. So yeah, Tracy, I've done a few little bits with the lights beforehand, and I'm actually just doing a project with a friend of mine to Snow, where we're just designing some, well, we're both going to be designing concrete lamp bases, and I might be incorporating LEDs into those at some point once I get the hang of moulds and colouring concrete or cement or whatever. So yeah, so LED lights is something, the kits that they've got now, they're so easy. Even the ones that you have to solder, there's not much soldering on them to do. This in here, they had to be soldered, and there's like a little box on the back, and the power lead goes into the back of that. But those ones was even more simpler because they would just click and go really on that. So LED lights are so easy to use, and there's lots of ways you can use them. Another bit of useless rubbish I'm talking about. Oh, stickers. I was looking for different places to order stickers, so I wanted to test. There was a place on eBay actually, and I thought, right, I'll test them out to see what they're like. And I'm absolutely delighted with the stickers that have come out. They are slightly off-centre, but that was actually my issue. But I wasn't too worried about it because it's a white background anyway. So yeah, the stickers are now in. So over the next couple of weeks I will be, because there was a few people that I've got addresses for and they haven't got stickers yet, I will be getting them to you. I've got quite a few orders coming in through Etsy at the minute, so I'm just dealing with all that stuff and getting all restocked, and then I shall get everybody's stickers back out to them. Then there's some that I'll be replacing, and if you want one of the newer stickers, drop me a message and give me your address and I'll get them sent out to you. So I'm just currently doing that. That's the first lot I've ordered. That'll keep me going for a little while, and then I have to order in the next couple of weeks, order a couple of hundred more probably, because I think the logo will be sticking like that for quite a while. So, and the next thing I have to get is brand new business cards, which I haven't done. It's quite an expensive game when you start actually replacing everything. You forget about that when you're changing your logo. But anyway, so I was just an update just to let you know that that was happening. Other than that, last week I finished quite a lot of rings, and I mean I'd had that couple of weeks holiday, but it was the busiest 2 weeks I've ever had. I honestly was chasing my tail the whole time between trying to get my car MOT'd and everything else. So there was a lot of projects that did happen, but I didn't actually film them. I think it's about 4 projects that are actually started, but I haven't finished, so I'm hoping to get a bit more of that done this week. But this week's project's sorted anyway, and virtually next week's is virtually sorted. So it still continues, because you'll always get, it doesn't matter what, you'll always get a video, a project video every week, and with the update. I didn't, this is Sunday today, so obviously this will be going out for you tomorrow. I'm not around to do a live update, but the next live update that I possibly do, I'm going to leave it until it's a day off, and I think I'm actually going to just do a bit of casting maybe on it. I'll actually click onto it, do the update and cast maybe, I'm thinking. We'll see. It depends when it's happening. But I was thinking of maybe, I don't know, doing some live pen blanks, and then in the next week's update I can show you them all cut up after. So we'll see how that goes anyway when that comes up. So apart from that, I won't be doing, well, I have got projects planned for this week, but nothing I can really tell you about, because it's all stuff that will be coming up for yourself, so I can't really tell you about that. I've got quite a lot of rings ready to go on to Etsy, and the pen blanks have been incredibly popular, and so have the ring blanks, which I think I was probably very surprised at. So I'm going to be making more of those over the next couple of weeks, more ring blanks and more pen blanks ready to go up. So, and people are starting to get in touch, which is brilliant, because there's a few people that will email me through Facebook. Oh, Lily, your nails. Through Facebook. And thanks very much. I really do appreciate hearing what you're up to. And I think it's quite humbling to think that I actually am inspiring people to go away and make these things, because that's what it's all about. You know, I've had so many people inspire me, and they inspire me on a weekly basis making these projects. So knowing that somebody has felt inspired by what I've been doing is really very, very nice. So thank you, and you know, please do send me your messages, let me know what you're doing, send me a photograph. It's great to see what you're up to as well, you know. It's one big community, and that includes you. So that's it. My cat is absolutely demanding my attention today. I'm going to go off now because I think she wants fed. And have a great week, everybody. Take care in your workshops. Let me know what you're up to in the comments. And I hope you enjoy this week's project as well, and I shall see you again next week. Thanks very much for watching.